Hello, friends. Welcome to Del Soccer. My name is Delali Frank, and this is News Daily, where I serve you with all the major trending news in the last few hours. In today's edition, we are going to talk about something interesting. We talk about something that happened in Ghana football. A club in the team of RTU has managed to field as many as 11 players to play a football game. Players that are not their squad, and I don't know, but I think it's one of the interesting things to ever happen in world football, where a team can field as many as 11 players in a football match who are basically not even their players or their registered players. What we are going to do in this video, we're going to explain actually what they did, the punishment, who is at fault and who deserves to be blamed. We'll talk about the match day protocols and anything so far as this topic is concerned. So if it's your first time here, hit on the subscription button. When you're done with the subscription, hit on the bell icon there so that you can be notified when we post any video. YouTube says 81% of my subscribers haven't clicked on the bell icon, so when I post videos they don't see. So in this video, please hit on the subscription button. Without wasting much time, let's go straight into today's explainer. Let's start with it. Let me go give you some background story. So Royal United had a game to play with Dreams FC. Royal United players earlier before that match complained that they wouldn't go and play. They boycotted the game because their club owed them salary. So the players decided not to come to come all the way from Tamale to Accra and go all the way to Dawu to go and play the game. So the players were setting on that. What happens was, RTU told the players, if you won't play, forget about yourself. We'll find a way and go and play the match. So what they did was they fielded players that haven't been registered in their squad and they went ahead to play the game. But what they did was on the team sheets, they had the players, their players. You get it? So they registered their players as match day squad, but the individuals that went ahead to go and play the match were not the players on the team sheet. And I'm going to explain why that actually happened. So let's start with the match day protocol and why they were able to even do that. First of all, in every football match in Ghana uses that FIFA new system that the competition is managed on software on online. CAF competitions, World Cup competitions, that's how they do. They generate the team sheet online. So in Ghana too, we do that. What you do is that you go into the system, the competition management system, and you select your players for the match day. The players for the match day, you can only select players that are in your system, that are players that you have registered. So this is what RTU did. On the team sheet, they went straight ahead and selected their players. So they selected the players that they have registered, who have initially told them they won't go ahead and go and play the game. But they were able to register them onto the team sheet because they are already in their system. You are getting the process. So now they generated a team sheet that has their players. So fair point. But when it was time for them to go and play the game, the individuals that came for the warm-up and the referee's inspection were different individuals. But how did they get away with this? Let me explain. So now when there's match day, these are the process. After you generate your team sheets, the referees get to see it because the referees have access to the competition management system. So they get to see it, and then they print out. Sometimes they print out the team sheet or use the hard or the soft copy. So the team sheet is printed, and then the referees use it for inspection. When they are going for the inspection, they go with the captain of the opposite team. So let's say now the captain of Dreams FC goes with the referee into the RTU dressing room. When they got there, the players in the dressing room could not, or RTU did not provide the ID card or the registration of the players in the dressing room. And let me explain that one too. So when they go for the inspection, the referee asks the players to come with their ID card, like their registration cards. In the lower division, they use the card or player card. In the Premier League, what they do now is they have a QR code. Or I think now it's basically in the Division 1. They have a QR code where when you scan the QR code, it has all the players of the clubs. That's technology. So now when you use the QR code, you see all the players that have been registered by the club. So you don't have to be, because sometimes players come and they say they can't find their card. Now they've gone digital. Yeah. So now you have to provide that. RTU said or told the referee that they don't have that with them, which is fair. So now they said they don't have that or they can't access it. Good. What the referee can do is allow the game to continue because one, the referee is not in a capacity to say, I will let the match continue because you have not provided me with the identification of these players. The law doesn't do that. What has to be done is that the opposing team, which is Dreams FC, now will play the match but under a protest. You're getting me? So Dreams FC will go ahead and play the match because they also cannot say that because RTU are failing to provide the identification of these players, they won't play the match. No. Any match that has been sanctioned by the Ghana Football Association or by any competition organizer, you have to go ahead and play the game. The procedures are there. So when Dreams FC suspects or when the team suspects that there's a player who is fishy, what you do is you go ahead and play the game, but you play the match under a protest. When you play the match under a protest, what it means is that you let the players line up, the players you suspect, you let them line up, and you take a picture with the referee, the captain, and the match officials there. Then you note it with them to the match commissioner. Are you guys follow me? Good. So now, what Dreams can do in this period is one, report it to the match commissioner. Two, let the provide an intent of protecting the game. So play the game under a protest. Tell Dreams FC, tell the match commissioners that we are going to play this game, but we are protecting the identity or the eligibility of these following players. And I think Dreams FC did that. Good. Others have said that the referee should have stopped. No, the referee cannot stop a football match because a player cannot identify himself. No. And I'm going to give you an example. Look at Emiliano Nsue of Equatorial Guinea. The guy played World Cup qualifiers, African Cup of Nations, went to win goal king at African Cup of Nations when he was not eligible to play for Equatorial Guinea. Are you getting it? He was playing competitions for Africa and Equatorial Guinea, but he was not even eligible to play for them. It took FIFA to prevent or to come out with a investigation to prove that he actually doesn't qualify to play for Equatorial Guinea. He was an unqualified player at the time he was playing for Equatorial Guinea. But he went ahead to play. Equatorial Guinea has played against so many opponents. But no referee can say, I suspect that you are not qualified, so I want to go ahead and officiate the game. No. So you guys are getting it. The match procedure in any form doesn't allow the referee not to go ahead and play the game because, in any case, RTU, before they went ahead to play the match, had the intent to commit the crime. But until they go ahead and play the match, they haven't committed the crime yet. Yes, maybe intention is also part of it. But until they go ahead and play the game, they haven't committed the crime yet because the team sheets they have are players that they have registered. But when they went ahead to play the game with players that they haven't registered or players that are not the people on the pitch, that's when, or players that are not the people on the team sheet, that's where they committed the crime. And for Dreams FC, they go ahead and play the game. And you see, Dreams FC, the interesting part is Dreams FC can still even decide not to go ahead with the protest. You know why? Because they had a favorable result. They had a result where one of their players scored 5 goals and is in contention for goal king. You see, so Dreams FC themselves can choose not to even continue with the protest. And I've seen people online also saying that you win the match 5-8-1. Why are you going to protest the results? Because they won and it's in their favor. So they can choose not to protest. What we have to do now is leave the competition organizers or put pressure on the competition organizers to rather do their job by surcharging RTU and what they've committed. Dreams FC here, and I know like politics, because of agenda and tea, but the truth is that Dreams FC and the referees have committed no crime. You can't blame Dreams FC and anybody in the club and even the referees because they haven't done anything. If we are looking for someone that we have to blame, it's RTU and RTU alone. Nobody should go after the communication department of the FA, go after the FA president. I've seen a lot of people using the opportunity to do a lot of things. But guys, Let's educate and inform people. And I'm telling you that the FA could have done nothing about it because, yes, I've heard people say that it's in the news. People heard the RTU players said they won't go and play the match. Yes, they said it. But until RTU went ahead to play the game with those Division 2 players, I believe, they hadn't committed any crime. Are you guys getting me? So the others said that the FA should have stopped the match from going on. Yes, on what basis? Because they suspect that RTU will go and field Division 2 players. No. The game has to go on before the prosecutors and the competition organizers can commit. See, CAF and FIFA knew that Emiliano Nsue wasn't eligible to play for Equatorial Guinea, but they waited for him to play the matches so that they can get evidence to punish him. It is just unfortunate and scandalous to see a Premier League club stoop this low and commit such a crime. And I believe no matter what, RTU has to be punished. They have to be extremely punished for what they've chosen to do. I will try and read the referee's reports. The referee said that during inspection at 2:45 p.m. before the match, the entire playing body of Royal Tamale United failed to produce their registration cards and the QR codes, what I mentioned about, for facial identification by Dreams FC and the match officers. Dreams FC protested against the failure of Royal Tamale United to produce their registration cards, and before the start of the match, a protest photograph of the entire playing body of Royal Tamale United, which includes me, the referee, and the team captain of Dreams FC, was taken accordingly. Attached to this match report as documents are protest photograph taken before the start of the match. I'm going to read the laws that govern competitions in Ghana. It says, clubs participating in any official match sanctioned by the association shall always take with them to the football field the license of participating players duly insured by the GFA. The referee and the assistant referees and captains of the two clubs shall inspect the player license before commencement of each match. A match shall be played. Are you listening? A match shall be played even if the licenses of some players are not available for inspection. In such an instance, a group photograph of the referee, the captain of the opposing side, and the players concerned shall be taken and submitted to the GFA Secretariat within 1 day after the match has been played, either by the match commissioner or the defaulting clubs. Where the defaulting team fails to produce the licenses of the players concerned either in hard copy or being emailed within the stipulated 1 day, the defaulting team shall be fined an amount of 2,000 Ghana cedis. That is the crime. That's like when a player is not qualified and you use the player. What RTU has done, 2,000 Ghana cedis is too small for them. Because one, it's not like they put in players they didn't put in players that are not in the system. What they did was they registered players in the system. Are you getting me? And went ahead to use different players to represent the names. Are you getting what I'm saying? Good. So if there's Delali on the team sheet, they used somebody else to come and represent Delali in the team. And that's why one of the captains and the player who scored the goal on the team sheet said he's not the person playing the football. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't want the video to be very long, but I've tried to explain it. For the punishments, it's two things. They use unqualified players, and two, they've taken a decision that brings the game into disrepute. It is the most scandalous thing someone can do, like the most ridiculous decision in football. Me who be that? But the truth is that Dreams FC, the Ghana Football Association, the competition organizer, which is the Premier League board, they've committed no crime. Procedures are procedures. It's not about opinion and what you think. Procedures are procedures. The referee cannot end the game because he thinks you are putting in a player. That's no. And as a matter of fact, Dreams FC can choose not to move on with the protest because they are happy with the results. What we need is the integrity officer and the special prosecutor at the GFA to make sure that RTU goes unpunished. Make sure that RTU gets punished for this decision, because I don't know what will influence them to do this. So guys, that's for today's explainer. I've told you the procedure of football matches. RTU could select their players. And I think, okay, one last thing. I've seen a lot of people dragging Aminu Shadow because See, that Aminu Shadow thing is just somebody who wants just dragging. There's no substance in it, honestly. Because what Aminu Shadow said is in principle, that's the truth. Because he was not at the event grounds or where the match was being played. And someone tweeted that RTU are using players that are not there. And he was like, how can somebody go ahead and play a football match when the players they are using are not in the system? It's not, you can't even select them. So what RTU actually did was they selected the players in the system, but when they were going to play the game, they used different players. That is it. So those trying to drag Aminu, try to drag the team in Dreams Up. No, come on, Charlie. See, yes, agenda is agenda, but let's educate each other. So that's it. My name is Delali Frank. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. But until we meet again, bye bye for now.